Number 8. Pretending it's just another day. You shrug when someone asks about your birthday plans. Oh, it's nothing special, waving it off like any other Tuesday. People might think you're being modest or refreshingly easygoing, but this reaction often runs much deeper than simple humility. When someone consistently downplays their birthday, it frequently signals what psychologists call learned helplessness around celebration. If early birthdays were forgotten, overshadowed, or turned into a family drama, the brain develops a protective mechanism. It's easier to expect nothing than to hope for something that might not come. This kind of detachment is a form of emotional self-preservation. Your nervous system learned that anticipation leads to disappointment, so it shuts down the wanting before it can hurt you. Some people also take this route because they've decided that needing celebration makes them weak or needy. Both versions carry the same quiet message underneath. You've trained yourself to expect nothing, so you won't feel crushed when nothing happens. It's a brilliant defense strategy that your brain built to keep you safe. The only problem is that it also keeps you from experiencing the simple joy of being celebrated, especially when people genuinely want to honor you. Healing begins when you stop shrinking away from joy and start letting it find you again. Number 7. Throwing a big party every year. Some people turn their birthday into a full production. Themed decorations, curated playlists, and group chats buzzing with plans weeks in advance. Every detail gets attention, from the perfect venue to the exact guest list. On the surface, this looks like healthy extroversion and a natural love of celebration. But there's often something more complex happening beneath all that party planning. Psychologists link this behavior to identity reinforcement, the deep psychological need to feel seen and valued by others. For people who worry about being overlooked in daily life, birthdays become a guaranteed spotlight moment. What looks simple on the surface is actually a sophisticated way for your mind to regulate emotion. The party becomes proof of connection, a tangible reminder that you matter to people. The planning process itself can also be therapeutic, creating something beautiful while ensuring you won't be forgotten. The underlying whisper might be quiet, but it's there. Please don't forget me. Whether the celebration comes from pure joy or emotional compensation, it serves a purpose. It creates a day when being the center of attention feels necessary. And sometimes, that's exactly what someone needs to feel whole. Number 6. Forgetting your own birthday. You're brushing your teeth when your phone buzzes with birthday notifications from Facebook. Wait, that's today? The realization hits like a small shock, because your birthday completely slipped your mind until this very moment. What you're experiencing is something psychologists call time blindness. When someone is overwhelmed with chronic stress, responsibility, or emotional burnout, their internal calendar starts malfunctioning completely. Days blur together into endless tasks, and personal milestones get drowned out by survival mode. This pattern shows up frequently in people with ADHD, high-pressure careers, or those managing major life transitions. Life becomes purely task-oriented, where the idea of pausing to acknowledge yourself doesn't even register as an option. Your brain is running on fumes, focused entirely on what needs to happen next, and celebration feels irrelevant when you're constantly in firefighting mode. You genuinely care about yourself, but your mental resources are completely maxed out. The birthday slips by unnoticed because there's no mental space left for anything that isn't urgent or essential. Your mind has shifted into pure survival efficiency, operating like a computer with too many programs running at once. But when life finally slows down enough for you to notice yourself again, that small moment of awareness is where you start to come back to life. Number 5. Craving social posts but avoiding real contact. The birthday selfie goes up with perfect lighting and a caption about gratitude. Within minutes, the notifications start flooding in with hearts and happy birthday comments. But when your friend texts about dinner plans, you're suddenly swamped with work. You want the celebration, just not the actual people. This behavior reflects what psychologists call anxious attachment, combined with performative identity management. There's a genuine desire to be seen and celebrated, but also a deep fear of emotional exposure. Social media attention feels safe because it's high volume but low risk. Public-facing birthday posts let you control the narrative completely. You choose the photo, craft the caption, and receive validation on your terms. Real conversations and gatherings require vulnerability. People might ask how you're really doing, notice if you seem off, or expect genuine emotional connection. The contrast reveals someone whose self-worth gets regulated externally but remains guarded privately. They need proof that people care, but they're terrified of letting anyone close enough to see the full picture. It's about being acknowledged without being truly known. The birthday becomes a performance where applause matters more than authentic connection. Number 4. Feeling down every birthday. The calendar flips to your birthday, and that familiar heaviness settles in your chest. Friends are texting excited messages, your family's planning something special, but all you feel is this quiet dread. The day everyone else sees as celebration feels like walking through emotional quicksand. This feeling is known as an anniversary reaction, where your body remembers emotional wounds that your conscious mind has forgotten. Birthdays can unconsciously trigger memories of abandonment, loss, or disappointment from years past. The date itself becomes emotionally loaded, even when you can't pinpoint exactly why. This also happens when birthdays stir up existential anxiety. Am I where I'm supposed to be by now? Becomes the question that haunts the whole day. Instead of celebration, the birthday becomes an annual performance review, where you inevitably fall short of some invisible standard. The emotional residue builds up over time. Each birthday that felt hollow or painful adds another layer to the next one. Your nervous system starts anticipating the letdown before it even happens. The day that's supposed to be about joy becomes a reminder of everything that feels missing or broken. Your birthday becomes less about celebrating another year of life, and more about confronting the emotional weight you've been carrying all along. Number 3. Making your birthday about everyone else. You've seen this person before. They spend their birthday volunteering at a shelter, bringing homemade treats to the office, or organizing a charity drive. While it looks like pure goodness, this behavior often masks something deeper, an unconscious discomfort with being the center of attention. People with backgrounds of emotional neglect, low self-worth, or shame around taking up space often cope by flipping the focus outward. It becomes psychologically safer to give than to receive. Being celebrated feels vulnerable and exposing, so they redirect the energy toward others instead. Psychologists link this to self-worth deflection, a pattern where someone avoids the discomfort of being honored by making themselves the giver rather than the receiver. The birthday becomes about proving their value through service rather than simply existing and being appreciated. This can also stem from genuine gratitude and empathy. Some people feel so blessed that giving back feels like the natural response. But when it happens consistently, year after year, it often reveals how uncomfortable someone is with occupying center stage. They've learned that their worth comes from what they provide and not from who they are. The birthday becomes another opportunity to earn love rather than simply receive it. Number 2. Only wanting one person there. The party planning starts and you immediately feel overwhelmed. Guest lists, group chats, coordinating schedules for a dozen people. But deep down, there's only one person you actually want sitting across from you when you blow out the candles. Everyone else feels like background noise to the connection that actually matters. This behavior reflects what's often called selective attachment, a preference for depth over breadth in relationships. You tend to form high-trust bonds with a small circle, often rooted in secure attachment styles. For you, birthdays aren't about social proof or external validation. The single person you choose represents something specific: true understanding, unconditional acceptance, or simply someone who sees you clearly without any performance required. Quality trumps quantity every time. You'd rather have one meaningful conversation than 20 surface-level interactions. This choice shows remarkable emotional clarity. You know who really matters, and you're not interested in diluting that connection with social noise. You just want to be seen by someone who truly gets you. Your birthday becomes an intimate celebration of authentic connection, rather than a social event designed to impress others. Number 1. Using the day to reflect alone. The birthday cards are stacked on your counter, unopened. The cake sits untouched in the kitchen while you grab your journal and head to your favorite quiet spot. Friends are texting about dinner plans, but all you want is silence. Instead of celebrating with others, you're choosing to sit in silence and listen to your own thoughts. This behavior is deeply connected to what's known as openness to experience, a personality trait linked to introspection, personal growth, and emotional intelligence. You view life as an internal journey, and your birthday becomes a checkpoint for examining your evolution. You might journal about the past year, take a long solo walk, or simply sit quietly and process how you've changed. The birthday becomes a conversation with yourself about who you're becoming. It's intentional, meaningful, and completely self-directed. This indicates someone with a strong internal locus of control and a mindset rooted in purposeful living. You're not waiting for the world to celebrate you because you're too busy honoring your own growth. That quiet moment of reflection is an act of self-respect, a pause to recognize how far you've come and how fully you've grown. Whether you pretend it's just another day, throw the biggest party, or forget it entirely, your birthday behavior reveals something profound about how you navigate the world. Each approach carries its own wisdom, its own protection, and its own way of seeking connection. The day you were born becomes a mirror, reflecting not just another year past, but the intricate ways you've learned how to be human in this complex world. We explain a lot around here. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.